Hey guys, what's going on? Today I've got sort of a different style of video. I'm going to do a full commentary slash walkthrough of this gameplay. It is with Loba. I do clutch up without my teammate. He goes down somewhere towards the middle of the game and I end up having to fight the last couple teams by myself. So I figured why not go ahead and do like a full commentary slash walkthrough. I can explain some things and my thoughts and reasonings. Maybe some of you guys will find this sort of interesting. Before I get into it, I just want to give a shout out to Dubby for partnering with me. Dubby is a awesome energy beverage made for gamers. It has zero sugar, zero artificial dyes and colorings, and I have personally been using it for a little while now. I would not recommend something that I do not like personally. So guys, please go give Dubby a chance. You can use my link in the description for 10% off every order, not just your first, but every order. And I really like Dubby. I've been using it for a while. I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't like it myself, guys. So consider giving it a try. Getting into the gameplay, we drop hot. Of course we drop hot. And I immediately see a team over here fighting. I move into third party. I get the Bloodhound low. Somehow that Arc Star doesn't get him. I think he moved out of that corner. And I try to kind of play this slow because I see that my teammate isn't quite with me yet. And I also don't know where the other enemy is. I know where the Bloodhound is. I don't know where their teammate is. So once I see that my teammate has moved up with me, I decide to push up. I see that Watson, my buddy, he goes in there and starts fighting. He takes a bit of damage, but he does get one low and gets a knock. I decide to move in. We get an easy wipe here. Moving on. A little bit later in the game. I'm cutting this video up a lot. I want to keep it short and sweet, a bit more to just the action. There's a team zipping on us, and I go to hide because they haven't seen us, and I don't want them to know we're here. The Bangalore makes a big mistake and doesn't make it up, and I see that my teammate goes down, but he's Watson, and he has both fences, both entrances covered, rather. And so I'm like, this is either a perfect time to res or get the kill. I'm able to get the kill. That's an easy cleanup. I knew that Bangalore was weak and she was going to have to push up through the fences if she wanted to get to, to challenge my res. So she probably should have gone for the res herself there, but, people make mistakes. Our next fight, we move over to Fragment, and we were kind of poking at these guys for a minute. They were honestly kind of annoying. And so we poke for a little bit longer, and we just decide to push. I see one still up on the high ground, one's down low. So this is good. We've got them split up. I'm able to kind of hurt the one up top. And so now we have a pretty easy wipe on the guy downstairs. I whiff all my shots right here, but end up getting the knock. Not the cleanest wipe, fairly sloppy, but we still did a great job of splitting them apart and fighting them individually, which is ultimately what you want to do. Now, this team right here, this is a good Pathfinder on this team. I was having a hell of a time getting angles on these guys. Like, I see him up there on the roof, he gets a little bit of a beam on me, but then we get them split apart like we did the previous team. We get the Maggie kind of up here by herself, and that's what really helps us win this fight right here. Pathfinder is playing very smart. He's got a good head glitch up on the roof. I try to get some arc stars on him to kind of get a little bit of damage on him, but then I see Watson cracks the Maggie. I hit the Maggie for 60 flesh. It's time to push. I beam the Pathfinder, he beams me. Like I said, this Pathfinder, man, this guy's really good. He ends up actually surviving to the end by himself. You'll see, we have a crazy fight right here, me and this Pathfinder. The Maggie scares the shit out of me in this corner, but luckily I was able to land a pretty good beam on her and down her. I initially wanted to get the armor swap, but then I heard that my teammate went down and that the Pathfinder was trying to thirst her, so then I go ahead and just decide to pop a battery and be safe because I know he's not actively pursuing me, like I thought he was. Me and this Pathfinder fight here for what feels like forever, and it is hell trying to fight a Pathfinder in a building like this, and you'll see why. He's up on the roof right now. I decide to fake the res, land some good shots on him, hit him for 90, I don't break him, so now I'm thinking, okay, let's res again. Now, this time I was actually trying to res. I did not think he was going to push back on me, but he did. This guy's a madman. I'm able to break him, but he breaks me too, and I have to slow heal, unfortunately. I didn't have any batteries. I hit him right here for 212. He is literally a bullet at this point, And guess what, guys? I can't track him down. He was hitting some good grapples, man. He was really repositioning himself well. And like right here, he got off a battery, but then now I can't see him. Hit him for 80 again. And keep in mind, he's only hit a battery at this point, so he's still weak. But I couldn't track him down. I was running low on ammo. He kept hitting grapples and just getting away from me. Hats off to him. He played this really well. And I started realizing this fight's been going on a long time. We might get third party. I see the third party right there, and I decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just try to play my life. I've been trying to kill this Pathfinder for like 10 minutes. Let's just move on, play smart, and go for you know, either a respawn or the end game, right? And so that's what I do. I just reposition, I get out of there. Now, what's funny, there's two teams left. One team is that Pathfinder, the other team is a full 2-stack. And I hear them fighting upstairs. I tried a third party, and what I'm trying to do here is damage the stronger team because I know it's just that Pathfinder, but look at that. He cuts me off. He almost cracks me. Luckily, he doesn't chase me. I think he was afraid to chase right there because he knew that other team was on me. But my goodness, man, that Pathy was good. Not gonna lie, he was a real problem. This was actually a pretty sweaty lobby. I don't know if you guys saw, but when the champion squad loaded in, I think there was a 14,000 kill Wraith. I'd have to go back and look at it. There was a 14,000 kill player on the champion squad. So these were tougher lobbies. This wasn't some cakewalk lobby. These guys were good. And as you can see with this Pathfinder, he's almost killed me several times. But then moving into the final circle, the team of two is on my left, and I see Pathy grapple up top to height. That was a very good move by Pathfinder right there. He has the best positioning right now in the game. But I have final ring where I am. So I actually think that right here I'm in a pretty decent spot. And I wanted to push that team on my left because the Pathfinder had one knocked. But due to where Pathy was, I couldn't comfortably push them. Luckily, right here, that team of two didn't know where I was, and Wraith decides to portal out. I got really lucky with that, I'm not gonna lie. This was not good play on my part. I got lucky that they portaled away, because I was in a bad spot due to where that Pathy was, because he had height. Right here, Pathfinder really screws up, and he puts a zipline out, and he gets absolutely beamed by me and the other team. He really screwed up right there. I don't know, I think he was just doing that so he could get to better positioning, but now it's just me and the final team. And I see they're split apart. I get some good shots on the Bangalore, and I see Wraith is over there. She's trying to push me. Luckily, I'm able to absolutely beam the Wraith, but I wasn't able to knock her. But since that happened, now Bangalore's decided she's going to push me. I get fairly lucky here again. I'm able to hit a nice hip fire beam on the Bangalore. Keep that in mind, guys. You need to be hip firing at close range. When you aim in at close range, you're too static and it's too easy for people to hit you. Initially, I think about going for the Thirst on the Bangalore to get the armor swap, but I see that the Wraith still hasn't pushed me. I've got zone, and so I just decide to fall back, hit a battery, hit a med kit, and slow heal that way instead of going for a quick armor swap. Now, it's just me and the Wraith. I know she's not going to res the Bangalore because the Bangalore went down a lot and just died. And so right here, I throw my ult down to try to bait the Wraith, right? Like, I want to fight her at close range. I'm feeling comfortable with my R9. So I throw down the ult to try to bait her in. She doesn't take the bait. So I decide to just grab some ammo, reload my Nemesis, grab some grenades, and just play my ultimate the regular way. Like, every time I try to use Loba's ult, I'm always either trying to bait people or just get it to where I can just hit the ult the regular way and stock up on my batteries and grenades. That's one thing as Loba that I'm always trying to do as well, is I'm trying to grab grenades in pinches, right? Grenades are great to have, but it's nice to not have to carry them all the time, since you could just put her ult down and grab grenades quickly. Now right here, the Wraith made a big mistake and she chose to phase across that field. So now I know right here she does not have her phase, and she's actually trying to go for the res. You see the mobile respawn beacon flashing there, so I think, okay, time to go up and use my R99. At this point, I knew I had won the game because I hit the Wraith. I had the Wraith one shot. She hadn't even come close to cracking my armor. I considered resing my teammate just for the lulz, but I was like, nah, let's just go ahead and win the game. Go ahead and get her. it's a lot of fun playing these games like this and clutching up without a teammate. And it's a lot of fun just to play as Loba. I got to be honest. Loba is so good at just repositioning and keeping your heals and ammo up all the time. Loba is probably the best character for just straight up survival. But that's all I have for you guys today. Please consider checking out Dubby if you wouldn't mind. That helps me out tremendously. I love the product. I love working with Dubby. And please, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, as that helps me out tremendously. Guys, take it easy. Hope you had a good one. See you next time.